We had a trade deficit of almost $500 billion last year with China. And I have great respect for the president of China, President Xi. He's a friend of mine. And I'm a friend of his, and I like him a lot. But he's representing China, and I'm representing the United States of America. And it was time that we did something. We can't continue to have, I spoke with Jim just coming in, and Jim's a great businessman, and he said, you're right, we can't continue to allow this to happen, where hundreds of billions of dollars is taken out of our country and our system, where if they make a car, they sell it here, it's 2.5% tax. If we make a car and try and get it into China, number one, they won't take it. But if they did, it's 25% tax. So they pay 2.5, we pay 25. They don't even want to take it. That doesn't sound so good. But it's all like that. And we have our intellectual property, and a lot of people don't understand what that means, and it doesn't matter if you understand it or not. You understand the concept of being taken advantage of, and we can't be taken advantage of any longer. So we're at a point where we had to do this. Our economy's strong. Our jobs are great. We're going to come out with numbers on Friday that hopefully are going to be fantastic numbers. Companies are doing really well, and you have to go after the people that aren't treating you right. And in many respects, I think we're going to have a fantastic relationship long-term with China, but we have to get this straightened out. We have to have some balance. And that goes for other countries, and it goes for other places. If you look at the European Union, it's very solidly against us in terms of trade. It's very unfair. Look at a young girl shaking her head. Yes, you know about the European Union? It's like, it's almost, we can't even do business. They send their cars over here. They send everything over here. They don't want to take our product. So we can't let that happen. Do we agree with that? We can't let that happen. We're working very hard on NAFTA with Mexico and Canada. And, you know, we'll have something, I think, fairly soon. And I told my people, there's like a story, oh, I want it before. We're making a trip next week to Peru, representing all of South America and different places. And it'll be very interesting. But they said, oh, let's have NAFTA before. I said, don't rush it. Take it nice and easy. There's no rush. We get it done right, or we'll terminate. You know, if we don't have it done right, we're going to terminate. When I was running, I said, we'll terminate NAFTA, or we'll renegotiate it. And Mexico's been pretty good. They were very good to us yesterday because, you know, they had the caravan of thousands of people coming up from Honduras. Thousands of people. And we have very weak laws because of the Democrats. And Joe. I mean, Joe Manchin is just, he's really not helped us on this stuff. So we had very, very weak laws. We have the worst laws. You ever think catch and release, which we're terminating very quickly. We're doing it in pieces. No, it's unbelievable. Think of this. So we have a country where if they step 1 foot, not 2 feet, if 1 foot hits our country, we have to take those people, gently register them, and then release them. Okay? We're going to release them, essentially, in a short period of time. So we release them. And then they're supposed to come back for a court case. We hire more judges. We're trying to hire thousands of judges. No other country in the world does it. We hire judges so that these people will come back. Now, they're on the land. We release them. They go someplace into our country. They're supposed to come back within 2 or 3 years for a court case. But nobody ever comes back. It's bad enough to say, come back in 3 years, but nobody comes back anyway. This is our country. If you have a baby on our land, congratulations, that baby is a United States citizen. We're the only one. Now, Mexico has very tough policies. They can do whatever they want, which is the way it should be, to be honest. You're violating something very sacred. You're violating a border. Canada, very, very tough. Very, very tough. And Canada is very merit-based. You come into Canada, it's got to be based on merit. With us, it's a lottery system. Pick them out. A lottery system. You can imagine what those countries put into the system. They're not putting their good ones. And remember my opening remarks at Trump Tower when I opened. Everybody said, oh, he was so tough. And I used the word rape. And yesterday it came out where this journey coming up, women are raped at levels that nobody's ever seen before. They don't want to mention that. So we have to change our laws. And the Democrats, what they're doing is just, it's insanity. Nobody understands what's going on. So we have to have strong borders. We're going to have the wall. We've already started building it. We have $1.6 billion. We've started building it and fixing miles and miles of wall that's already up and fence. And we're going to have our wall, and we're going to get it very strongly. The military is going to be building some of it. But we're going to have very strong borders, and we have to change our laws, and we're working on doing that. And believe it or not, if you look in California and you see what's happening, it's an incredible phenomenon because sanctuary cities, it's the worst. It's basically a city to protect a lot of people that are bad people, really bad. You look at Kate Steinle, you look at so many other things that have happened in our country, and they're protected. How about the mayor of Oakland, where she tells 1,000 people to get going, law enforcement's coming to get you. And this was all planned, and many of them scattered. And it was pretty much a failure. I mean, to me, that's obstruction of justice. And something should happen there. And it hasn't, and I don't know why it hasn't, but something should happen there. So we're toughening up at the border. We'll be, I think, in great shape over the next 12 months, we'll have a lot of things happening. But we cannot let people enter our country. We have no idea who they are, what they do, where they came from. We have no idea what their records are. We don't know if they're murderers, if they're killers, if they're MS-13. We're throwing them out by the hundreds. You know, we've gone into towns in Long Island where we've taken MS-13 and we've actually liberated towns. This is our country, right? I grew up in Long Island, right short of Long Island. And these are great towns. I know every one of them. And they were taken over by thugs, by, you know, they talk about guns. They didn't want to use guns. They used knives because it's much more painful.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.